Hello and welcome to the last of our Advent reflections, as today we think a little bit about the wise men. We know from the nativity plays that we've seen that they're often counted as three wise men bringing gifts to the baby Jesus. But we only assume that there were three simply because of the three gifts. There may well have been more. They were people that travelled from the far east between Iran and Iraq, would have been called Persia at the time, and they travelled all those thousands of miles because they had spotted a sign. People who'd been philosophers, educators, astrologers, paid attention to the signs, and they travelled from the east. They would have come from a culture where they were very important people. But what did they actually do? Apparently, from what I've read, Magi had a significant role in everything religious. They had some administrative responsibility, judges and tax collectors, etc. And they were holders of royal responsibility. In the royal court, their role would have been to train a young king. Isn't it fascinating that these three wise men simply came to find the baby Jesus and they kneeled before him? These Magi had spotted something, signs of the star that they followed. Signs as they read the prophet Micah, which described that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem. Signs of the times. And they brought with them three gifts that would point to what Jesus was and to what he would do. Number one, they brought gold, a symbol of purity, royalty, value, a pointer that Jesus was the King of Kings. They brought frankincense, that kind of resin that was a pointer towards Jesus being worshipped, which is what incense would have been used for. And they brought myrrh, a strange gift to bring to a child, that embalming ointment that was to point towards the ultimate sacrifice that Jesus would make some 30 years from his birth. And so the wise men, they paid attention. They were risk takers, courageous, tough, smart, dedicated and humble, and persistent. It makes me think, how wise do I want to be this Christmas time? I'd like to be a person with those qualities, humble, persistent, but also like to be a person like the wise men who simply bows the knee and says, Jesus is Lord. He is enough, and I long to worship him. This year, may you be drawn to be a person who kneels before Jesus, that offers everything that you are and to him, to know that he is close to you through all that this new year might bring. And so, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.